Thank you to Thomas Moira for these 4 suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the Indiana Hoosiers. Last season, Indiana had a very disappointing season from what they did in 2020. They went 2-10, 0-9 in the Big Ten with 8 straight losses to finish the season off. Now, let me ask the question, what is a Hoosier? That's a great question. Apparently, a Hoosier means a countrified person. Cool. I guess it's just slang in Indiana. Anyways, back on topic. Indiana, they lost a lot of games last year. They lost some of them by 1 possession. They lost against Michigan State by 1 possession, Maryland by 1 possession, and that was the only 2. So, best case scenario, they would have went 4-8. But they lost to teams like Cincinnati, all the Big Ten, and just Cincinnati. They beat Western Kentucky somehow last year when they had Bailey Zappi and all of them. Their best win was against Idaho Vandals, so maybe they can do better this year. Let me bring out my notes and let's see. Last season, Indiana was kind of ravaged by injury as well, so that was what kind of held them back. Tom Allen's in his 7th season, so maybe he can get them back on track. They're 43rd in recruiting over the last 5 years in the country, and 10th in the Big Ten. That's not good for them. They lost Michael Penix Jr. last year. He went to the transfer portal to Washington. Instead, now they have a SEC transfer quarterback coming in, and Connor Bazelak. So, honestly, out of the SEC transfers, besides JT Daniels, he was probably one of the better ones. Now, the other transfers they have coming in are at wide receiver, Cam Camper from Trinity Valley Community College, Emory Simmons from North Carolina, Sean Shivers, who was a great piece at Auburn, running back, so he'll be a little bit of a game changer for him. Another running back in Josh Henderson from North Carolina, multiple D tackles in Ladarius Cox from Ole Miss, another one in Patrick Lucas Jr. from Ole Miss, and J.H. Tevis, D-tackle from California, the linebacker Miles Jackson from UCLA, another linebacker in Bradley Jennings Jr. from Miami, and the final transfer is another linebacker, Jared Casey from Kentucky. So a lot of quality of life transfers coming in for Indiana. Not bad for Tom Allen. Now, how are they going to do this year? That's the question. Because they have 2 years. 1 year they overachieved. Last year they underachieved heavily. So let's see what they'll do this year. Week 1, they have Illinois coming to town. Illinois, I think this will be a close game. It's a kind of a rivalry game. I think you have the edge in it because 1, it's at home, and 2, you have more firepower, I guess, to put it, on offense and defense. So I think you get the win at home against Illinois. Then you have Idaho at home again. I think you get the win there. Western Kentucky at home, you'll probably get the win there just because of them losing so much. And Jaron Stearns, I think, is the wide receiver's name, and Bailey Zappi, and one of their running backs as well. Then you go on the road to Cincinnati. This is going to be a close game, I think. Cincinnati, they lost a lot on their team from last year. However, Luke Fickell is a great head coach. However, I think you win this game. I think Cincinnati, too much loss. They'll kind of be like LSU in 2020 after the 2019 season. It's just going to be so hard for them to replicate success after losing that much potential. And they'll be having a target on their back the whole year after going to the playoffs. Now, after that, you start 4-0 for Indiana. Not bad. Then you go on the road to Nebraska, and you suffer your first loss. Nebraska, at this point in the season, I think is still undefeated, if my memory serves me correct. Nebraska's going to be a very improved team from last year, and I think going to their house is going to be difficult this year at this point in the season. So I think you suffer your first loss on the road, and you're 4-1. Then you play Michigan. Michigan, 100 times more talented than you are, and they go to your house, but I think that they get the win. And you're 4-2. Then you host Maryland the next week. Maryland has too much firepower. It could be closer than people think, but I think that Maryland wins it, and you're 4-3 before going on the road to Rutgers. And I think you finally kick the losing bug. And before your bye week, you get another win, and you're 5-3 before going to probably your hardest stretch of games in the season, when you have to host Penn State, go to Ohio State, go to Michigan State, and then host Purdue. So, Penn State comes to town. Barring any huge injury bugs by Penn State, I think they get the win on this game. They're very much improved from last year. Sean Clifford's back. They have a freshman running back phenomenon. And their defense is still going to be good, and they have receiving weapons, so I think that they get the win. So you're 5-4 before going on the road to Ohio State. And I think that you lose here as well. Ohio State's going to be one of the best teams in the country. So you're 5-5. Then you have to go on the road again to Michigan State. I think you'll put up a fight in this game, but Michigan State, they have a lot better recruits than you do at this point. So I think you drop that one as well on a 3-game losing streak before going to the rivalry week when you're 5-6. A win here would mean a bowl appearance, and I don't think you get it done. Purdue's going to be one of the better teams in the Big Ten West this year with Aiden O'Connell and players like that. I just don't think you're going to be able to keep up. And I think you finish the season on a 4-game losing streak. You improve from last year, and you're 5-7. So not bad. Not bad for coming back from a 2-10 record last year. You improved to almost bowl eligibility. Can he get turned around in 2023? That's the question. So this is kind of a bridge year of if you will become back to bowl eligibility. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want, let me know which conference for me to do tomorrow. Next tomorrow in the comments, whether it's the Pac-12 or the Big 12. And once I'm finished with the Power 5, I will be working on the Group of 5 videos to figure out how I think the whole season's going to shake up for each team. So anyways, have a great day, everybody, and go Dogs.